Hello everyone, we have the final new Dragunity card revealed out of Terminal World 3. The funny thing about this was, this got revealed a bit earlier, but I wasn't around, so I have not read the card yet. So this is one of the rare times where you guys get to see my live reaction, because I figured why not. Most of the time when I talk about the cards, I've already made the combos, so I actually have no idea what to expect here. Now if the card is garbage, then yeah, this video is kind of pointless, but if the card is actually good, then I'll talk about it now. Also just be aware, I have a picture of the card on the screen already, probably since the start of the video. I have not seen the card or read it yet, I don't even know what it looks like. It's probably a spell card based on set numbering. Okay, just looking at this card initially without reading the effects, it's a field spell and I'm so happy. I hope this card is at least somewhat decent because now you can finally play set rotation in this deck. One of the biggest things about Dragunity is that Dragunity Carinus is by far one of the best cards in the whole archetype. The problem is the deck doesn't have that many ways to get to it. Basically you have 3 Carinus, 3 Remus, 3 Dragon Ravine, and 1 Terraforming. That's only 10 cards and it's not really a lot for a deck for a starter. However, now you can play set rotation so you have at least one more copy of Carinus. I like this a lot. During your main phase you get to apply one of these effects, or if you have Dragon Ravine in your grave you can apply both. Add a dragon or winged beast monster from your grave to your hand, special summon 1 Dragunity monster from your hand, then equip 1 Dragon Dragunity monster from your deck to it. Isn't this broken? If I'm not wrong, I think the Remus 1 card discard just becomes anti-Nibiru and then you get to keep playing. I think that's right, because if I'm not mistaken, what happens is you do the Remus discard, you get Carinus summon, you add this card, then you bring back Remus from the grave, make Gaiderg, then add and discard Baby Rock, make Crystal Wing, and then you add Carinus. You special summon the Carinus, you put Falchion onto it, and I think that works? I'm pretty sure that works, but I think that does work, yes. Not gonna lie, if that's actually how it works, that this card is pretty broken. Just a reminder, this is my first time reading the card, so normally I have a combo already, but I'm pretty sure that works. I think that does work, and then you put, banish Falchion from the grave and put a Phalanx onto the Romulus, and then you have Glow. This is pretty weird, I've never brainstormed a combo in the middle of a video, but I think that works. I'm gonna have to double check this, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Okay, how would this work if I open Carinus with this? Would that be a play? Activate this, then special the Carinus from my hand. Then I equipped Falchion onto it. Does that make anti-Nibiru though? Okay, I need a way to get 2 monsters on the field. I think this would work though. Oh man, I just realized I think you have to play a Reed Bear for this anti-Nibiru combo, so I have to put Kus now. Yeah, you actually get anti-Nibiru if you open Carinus and the field spell. However, the one part that really sucks though is that you have to play Kus because you need a monster on the field that's Dragunity for Falchion in the grave to equip to it. I think this makes a Roost playable now though, because I think if I send Zephyros to the grave and I put Divine Lance onto a Reed Bear, I can equip Phalanx from it, and then summon the Phalanx, bounce back the Divine Lance, and then summon Zephyros. And then I get to keep my Divine Lance, and then I can make a Roost later. Okay, wow, that actually does work like that. I'm pretty sure I get to save the Divine Lance. Then I can make a Roost later, and I turn on a Roost. That's actually a pretty big deal. Because if I can figure out a way to get another card that's like a quick play or trap I can use on my opponent's turn, because if that actually does work like that, if I can get a way to get a spell or trap that I can use on my opponent's turn whenever I want, then I think that's anti-Dark Ruler, and I don't have to play Centurion Auxilia anymore. Okay, that's honestly crazy if that's true. Not gonna lie, just on my very brief brainstorming and reading this card, I think this card is broken. Okay, this is really weird because normally I have a combo ready so I know if a card is broken or not. This is just me brainstorming, but I think it's broken. I think this card is insane. However, the awkward part is I don't have a combo, so I can't actually justify that. Pretty much for me, if I say if a new card is broken, I already have a combo so I can tell. It's kind of weird this way not having a combo because I don't know if this is broken or not, but I think it is. I honestly think this card is genuinely insane because the first effect also, I'm seeing it again, I don't have to add a Dragunity, I can add any Dragon or Wing Beast. So this is kind of insane in Rocket because you can just get like a Rocket monster back. Yeah, this is really great in Dragon Pile. Okay, I'm pretty sure this card is broken, but I don't have a combo so I can't guarantee it. But I think this card is broken because if you open Carinus and this card, you can make anti-Nibiru without a normal summon. And also it makes the Remus discard into like full combo as well. Okay, I'll be back in a few minutes. I just have to make some combos because I'm really curious about this card. I think this card is actually broken. See you guys in a bit. Okay, I'm back. For what essentially was like 1 second for you guys was about 5 minutes for me. And during my brief testing, I can confirm this card is broken. This is insane. We have to play 3 of these immediately. When I was talking about how good of a card this was with consistency, this is amazing with set rotation. Pretty much you can just take this card if you already have a play like a Carinus in your hand and you give your opponent Ravine. Now, unless you're just really unlucky and they're playing like a Dragunity or Dragon deck, then them having Ravine is going to be bad for them. Your opponent is just going to be stuck with whatever field spell that you don't want. If you want Ravine, you give them Divine Wind, and if you want Divine Wind, you give them Ravine. That is pretty insane. I like this a lot. Not only that, the Arus Divine Lance combo does work. Now you can get Arus with the Divine Lance. Georgius will summon Arus for you. There are so many anti-Nibiru combos in this deck now. Now you do have to play Kus for one of the anti-Nibiru combos, so I did want to cut the card originally, but I think it's a staple now. Just the power to make Nibiru so often is so good. The ability to make so many good anti-Nibiru combos is just way too good to pass up on. Anyways, I have 2 combos to show you guys, and both of them beat Nibiru. Just keep in mind that this is just something I made up really quickly. Also, just remember, I only had around 5 minutes to make these combos, so if something isn't that great, I'll try to optimize it more in the future. Right now, this is just a rough draft, but I still think it's pretty good. There is one part about the second combo I think could be done better, but I think it's still pretty good. So for the first combo, the only cards that you need in your hand are Remus and a discard. You're going to activate the effect of Remus to get you to search for Dragon Ravine, and then activate Dragon Ravine. You're going to discard whatever card that you have in your hand to add Carinas to your hand. You're going to summon Carinas, and now you can add a Dragunity spell or trap from your deck to your hand. Normally here you would add Divine Lance, but we're going to add the new field spell Divine Wind. Now we're going to activate the effect of Remus in our grave. Because we have a Dragunity monster on our field, we can special summon this card. You're going to use Remus and Carinas to summon Guidurg. Activate the effect of Guidurg to add and discard Baby Rock. Baby Rock will special summon itself, and now you can make a Crystal Wing. This is our 5th summon, by the way, so now we're safe in Nibiru. So now you're going to activate Divine Wind on top of Dragon Ravine, so that card will go to the grave. This card will add Carinas back to your hand, and then you can special summon it. We're going to equip Falchion onto it and use the other effect of Carinas. This will bounce back the Falchion to our hand and special summon the card. Now we're going to take both monsters to make a Romulus. Romulus's effect will activate to get a search for Dragunity Glow. Now we're going to activate Glow and get a search for Mistletoe, and I'll show you one of my favorite parts about this new combo. Falchion in the grave will banish itself to equip Phalanx onto Romulus, and then you're going to special summon the Phalanx. Now normally here in the old combo we would tribute over Romulus to summon Mistletoe. This kind of sucked because Romulus is a Link 2, so you're just kind of throwing away a Link monster. The problem with Dragunity is that they don't have any good throwaway Link 2 monsters. This means that if you tribute over Romulus and you want to summon Georgius, you had to use 4 monsters. That is so bad for card economy, but because we get to save the Romulus, now we only have to use 3 monsters. Guidurg's effect here will add and discard Samsara Dragon. Now you're going to use Mistletoe and Guidurg to make an Atum, detach the Guidurg specifically to summon Darkness Metal from our deck. You're going to use the effect of Guidurg here to add and discard Zephyros from your deck. You're going to use Atum and Guidurg to make a Spears, then you're going to use the grave effect of Samsara Dragon. The card will banish itself to add Mistletoe to your hand, and now you get another normal summon. You're going to normal summon Mistletoe by tributing the Spears. Now the effect of Mistletoe and Spears will activate. Spears will get you a dragon from your deck, and Mistletoe will equip Phalanx onto it. Now the dragon that you're going to summon from the deck off Spears is going to be Koos. Before I talked about how I wanted to cut this card, but after seeing this new card, I don't think it's possible to cut Koos. You're going to see why later why this card is so important, and also in the other combo I'm going to show you. The problem that Koos has is that it can't be used as synchro material for anything other than a Dragunity synchro. This means that if you want to summon Crimson Dragon, you have to use Phalanx. So now you're going to unequip Phalanx and use that card along with Darkness Metal to make Crimson Dragon. You're going to use Crimson Dragon's effect to get a search for Synchro Rumble. You're going to activate the effect of Zephyros in the grave to bounce back your Mistletoe and summon the card. Then you're going to take Koos and Zephyros to make a Lewin. Lewin's effect will activate to equip Koos onto it, and then you're going to summon that card. Now we're going to take Romulus, Lewin, and Koos to make a Georgius. This is great, like I said, because we got to save the Romulus. If you didn't, you had to throw away 4 monsters here. That's just pretty bad in terms of card economy, and you just lost a resource for nothing. Now Georgius on summon will bring back Guidurg from our grave, and then we're going to activate the effect of Crimson Dragon. You're going to target your Crystal Wing and then summon Barcha. Barcha is also really good here. I'm not playing Snake Eyes Doom Dragon anymore, but Barcha still gets a lot of value. You're going to equip Koos and Phalanx onto it. Now here I'm going to use Guidurg's effect to add and discard Remus. Now you're going to unequip Phalanx and take Phalanx and Guidurg to make Borreload Savage Dragon. You're going to activate that card's effect to equip Romulus onto it. Here you're going to special summon Koos and then tribute over it for Mistletoe. Mistletoe's effect will activate to equip Phalanx onto it, then you're going to unequip that card. You're going to take Phalanx and Barcha here to make a Reed Bear. Now you're going to activate Synchro Rumble to bring back Lewin from the grave. Locked into Synchro here for the rest of this turn, but that's fine. Now you're going to take Mistletoe and Lewin to summon Centurion Auxilla. 2 effects will activate here. Because Lewin was sent to the grave, it will equip itself onto Georgius, and then the effect of Auxilla will activate. Auxilla will search for the Centurion counter trap, so now you're safe from Dark Ruler no more. This is honestly insane. This combo is anti-Dark Ruler and anti-Nibiru, all for a random discard with Remus. This is genuinely insane, and it's all thanks to this new broken field spell. I have no clue why Konami gave Dragunity such a good card, but they did. Now for combo number 2, you only need 2 cards in your hand, Dragunity, Carinas, and Divine Wind. This can also be Divine Lance as well. To start this combo, you're going to activate Divine Wind. This will special summon Carinas from your hand, and then equip Falchion onto it. Carinas' effect will activate because it was summoned, so now we get to search for Divine Lance. You're going to activate the effect of Carinas to bounce back the Falchion and then summon the card. Now you're going to take Falchion and Carinas to make Guidurg. Now this part of the combo is incredibly important. Now normally in the combo here, people would add and discard Baby Rock, special summon the card, and use both monsters to make a Crystal Wing. What you have to do here instead is use the effect of Guidurg to add and discard Zephyros. You're going to activate the grave effect of Falchion to banish it and target your Guidurg. You're going to equip Koos onto it. You're going to unequip Koos and treat it as a level 4 so you can use Guidurg and Koos to make a Reed Bear. This is your 5th summon by the way, and now we're safe from Nibiru. Now the reason why in this combo you have to get Koos and not Phalanx is because you have to make a Reed Bear here, not Crystal Wing. This is because the Divine Lance in our hand can only equip itself onto a Dragunity monster. You're going to activate Divine Lance and equip it onto a Reed Bear. Use the effect to equip Phalanx from your deck to it. You're going to unequip the Phalanx here and then use the effect of Zephyros to bounce back the Divine Lance. Now this is really important in the combo combo because we can finally save our Divine Lance for a Roost. You're going to take the Zephyrs and the Phalanx here and make a Romulus. Romulus will get you Glow, and then you're going to activate Glow to search for Mistletoe. Mistletoe will tribute over the Romulus and then use the effect of Mistletoe to equip Guiderg onto it. You're going to banish Glow from the grave to special summon the Guiderg and use that card's effect to add and discard Samsara Dragon. You're going to use Mistletoe and Guiderg here to make a Tum. Use the effect of a Tum to detach Guiderg and special summon Darkness Metal. You're going to use the effect of Guiderg here to add and discard Baby Rock. Baby Rock will special summon itself. Now you're going to use a Tum, Baby Rock, and Guiderg to make a Halka Fibrax. This combo is so great because it's also anti-Nibiru, but we didn't Dragon Lock ourselves. Obviously it's a lot more efficient to use Remus even though you get locked because it can be any random card. But at the same time, anything that gets you anti-Nibiru is still good. Luan's effect will activate to equip Phalanx onto it. Phalanx's effect will activate to unequip itself. Now you're going to use Phalanx and Darkness Metal to summon Crimson Dragon. Here you're going to get a search for Synchro Rumble, and then you're going to take Luan and Halka Fibrax to summon Georgius. Two effects will activate here. First, Luan will equip this up onto Georgius, and then Georgius will summon a Roost. Like I said before, a Roost is a really good card that we could just never use before. Before Divine Wind got revealed, a Roost was pretty mid. This card in theory sounds good because it's like Desiree. Now because of how good Divine Wind is, we have a good way to put a card onto a Roost. So now we're going to activate Divine Lance, and now a Roost's effect is a quick effect. Now we're going to activate the effect of Crimson Dragon to target our Roost. We're going to put it back into the extra deck to summon Barcha. This is also another reason why a Roost is so important here, because if you have to summon Guiderg here, you would need a way to summon another level 8 Synchro. That would force you to play either a second Baby Rock or have another extender and use our Synchro Rumble. However, we want to save this card, so it's very nice that we can summon a Roost off Georgius. Barcha's effect will activate because Crimson Dragon treats it as a proper Synchro summon. You get to equip Kus and Phalanx onto it. You're going to special summon both cards, and then you're going to use Kus and Barcha to make Spears. Now normally off the effect of Samsara Dragon, most people just get Mistletoe. In this combo instead we're going to get Darkness Metal, and you'll see why soon. Now the effect of Spears will special summon Magnema from our deck. You're going to activate Synchro Rumble to bring back Phalanx, and then use Phalanx and Darkness Metal to make Auxilla. This is how you get Auxilla, and I think it's a bit better than just summoning another Synchro. Having a counter trap to stop Dark Ruler no more is way too important. Now during the end phase we can add Baldrake from our deck to our hand. You can also get another card like Odd-Eyes Revolution Dragon, but I think another Interruption here is better. Also again, I know this isn't optimal, but I threw this combo together in about 2 or 3 minutes. I can definitely make something better here, but like I said, I just really want to show off a Roost. Now mind you, this is still a pretty good board too, and it's still anti-Nibiru. This new field spell, Dragunity Divine Wind, is so broken. This card is an instant 3-of. Like I said, I genuinely cannot believe Konami made a card this good. When I first read this card, I thought it was pretty strong, even close to broken, but I didn't know how good it was. When I first read this card, immediately I knew it was good, and I thought it was broken, but I didn't know how broken. After a very brief 5-minute combo session, I can confirm this card is insanely broken. It gives you new combos, it can also be an extender, it also makes anti-Nibiru. This thing just does way too much, and any Dragunity player is going to be happy here. Anyways, I'm going to work on some more combos, and if I find something better, I'll show you guys later. So anyways, that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a good one. Take care.